In this video, I'm going to share with you how my client Mickayla went from $100 per session to $41,000 in online fitness clients in 60 days and moved from Minnesota to her dream home in Florida. What if you could generate an extra $41,000 worth of clients in just 60 days? What if you could do this while getting off the gym floor for good, working with people who value and respect your expertise, and you could have the freedom to work wherever and whenever you want? That's exactly what our client Mickayla did in her online fitness coaching business using our proven model, which I'm going to share with you today. So if you're a personal trainer or online fitness coach who's not sure how to speak to your ideal client, but you know there are better clients out there, be ready to take some notes because this process is the first step in developing a business that not only brings you premium clients, but also a path to predictable revenue. This blueprint took her from a successful but stressed in-person trainer to a high-earning online coach with complete control over her time, her location, and her income in just 60 days. Before Mickayla joined us, she already had what most trainers would consider a good business. She was doing around 20 hours of one-on-one personal training per week and also had a handful of online clients. The problem was a lot of these online clients wanted Mickayla to train them via Zoom and be there virtually for their workouts. That meant that even though she technically had the freedom of online coaching, she was still trading her hours for dollars. She still had to be in a set place at a set time, watching clients train and critique their form. Not just that, but Mickayla knew she was undercharging for her online work. The way she had positioned herself online meant she was consistently speaking with women who had to check with their husbands before they signed up, leading her to spend hours on calls every week, very rarely closing a high-paying client. Her goal was to coach high-achieving individuals like CEOs and business owners, but she wasn't sure exactly where to find them online or how to position yourself to appeal to this demographic. With her in-person work, Zoom workouts, client programming, and handholding, Mickayla was already stretched thin and didn't want to take any more time away from her family. I hear this a lot, which is why it's so important to use a business model where you're paid for your expertise, not just your hours. And that's why Mickayla reached out initially. She'd seen one of our YouTube ads and liked the fact that we had a real focus on helping trainers connect with higher paying clients online, giving them the freedom and finances to get off the gym floor. When she first contacted me, Mickayla said, "I'm spinning my wheels with in-person training. I don't have the time to spend on online lead gen. I also feel like Instagram and Facebook are filled with so many dead ends. I have consistent in-person clients that are all executives, CEOs, physicians, high-achieving nurses, and so on. So I know I'm an expert and I can change people's lives, but I need to get in front of the right people." If you're an in-person trainer, maybe you can relate. You may be highly skilled and not have any trouble attracting high-caliber clients in the gym, but when it comes to your online business, you either don't get any traction at all, or you only close clients sporadically at $100 to $200 per month. At worst, you're struggling to cover your bills, and at best, you're scaling a business that has you burnt out babysitting unmotivated clients, endlessly programming, or tied to your laptop or phone doing client check-ins. Essentially, you're trading a stressful in-person training gig for a stressful online one. There's often disconnect when intelligent, self-aware trainers with a ton of experience can't communicate their expertise in an online context. While they should be getting high-value clients who match their own ambition and personality, they fall into the trap of marketing more like influencers, which attracts lower-paying, less committed clients. So one of the first things we did was give Mickayla the confidence that she could find the right clients she really wanted to coach online, and that she was perfectly capable of charging $5,000 for her 12-week program and delivering a high-end service to go with that. Like a lot of coaches in her position, her knowledge and her coaching abilities were strong, but she needed help bringing that out in her messaging. Mickayla is type A and confident, but was focusing on too much struggle and pain-based marketing. This is an important distinction if you want to attract high-achieving, high-value clients. The way online coaches are often taught to market is all about sharing tips and pain-based marketing and showcasing your own physique and fitness. Your physique will get you attention and respect, but won't get people to pay you more without the right offer and program. Often, a good coach who is struggling will meet people where they're at. The problem with this is that most people need to be challenged, not coddled by their coach. When your marketing speaks to too much pain, it attracts people who are desperate for a solution or not motivated at all. You become more of a parent as opposed to a mentor or guide. And while speaking to pain or challenge is an aspect of good marketing, you have to speak to the right pain points because pain is on a spectrum. The further we go down, we are speaking to someone whose entire life is in shambles, and fitness is the last thing on their mind. Results are definitely important, and you should be talking about those and sharing case studies of your successful clients. But a lot of time, online coaches are told their coaching ability is secondary to their marketing positioning, or that all they need is to grow their following through viral reels or start direct messaging hundreds of people per day. But that's not the case when attracting higher-end buyers. These kinds of clients care a lot about quality. They want the best, and so that's why if you're a great trainer with advanced knowledge and a lot of experience, whether online or in person, you need to make that known. This should come at the forefront of your marketing because it builds immediate credibility and trust. So that was one of the first things we did with Mickayla. We helped her develop a list of traits that she observed in her best clients. Then we developed an online offer that focused on just psychographics at first. So she started to shift her messaging from things like, "Are you struggling to get motivated to go to the gym before your vacation?" to a bit more nuanced psychographic language. For example, the hidden cost of 60-hour work weeks on your health, or is daily fatigue attracting your performance? This shifts your messaging from trying to convince unmotivated people to work out to speaking to problem-aware, driven people who are concerned about the consequences of declining health. This is just one of hundreds of changes we made while going much deeper on her offer, which produced $41,000 $41,000 in 60 days. The key thing is your content, your messaging, and your positioning are doing a lot of the legwork here. So by the time you actually speak with a prospect, they're already somewhat pre-sold in your program and they know you're a premium priced online coach. The second thing we did with Mickayla was help her be more effective in her own business by mastering her sales process before she outsourced it too soon. Without even knowing what a successful online sales process looks like, you don't know how to do it properly when it comes to high-value clients. Mickayla was on the verge of hiring an appointment setter and closer, thinking this would help her close new clients. And while that's definitely something you can outsource at some stage, if you're not bringing at least $40,000 per month, you need to be doing this yourself, at least for now. To develop proper messaging, if you haven't been consistently closing $5,000 deals for 12 weeks, you need to refine your offer before anything else. This is the foundation of all assets you develop in the future. This is incredibly valuable if you want to outsource it to a team at some point. Secondly, you can't truly understand your demographic and what makes them buy without speaking to them first. We told Mickayla to record all of her sales calls. We gave her in-depth feedback. Within just a couple of weeks, we gave her her own sales framework to follow based on her ideal client in the sales call she had recorded. This helped Mickayla feel more confident in her calls, proud of the program she was pitching, and increased her close rate, even though her prices were higher than anything she had been able to charge before. We also encouraged her to keep creating her own content and marketing materials so she could stay connected to her messaging. Not only that, but if you're outsourcing everything to freelancers or even an agency, you're losing a lot of profit to people who only do the bare minimum. And then finally, one of the biggest shifts we helped Mickayla make was having confidence in her pricing model. Before coming to us, she wanted to charge premium fees, but wasn't sure if anyone would pay them. Mickayla was routinely around the trainers at her gym. They weren't bad people, but they also believed the industry standard for pricing fitness packages was capped out at $200 per month for online coaching. Mickayla doubted not only whether there were enough of her ideal clients out there, but also whether they'd really be willing to pay $5,000 for a 12-week coaching package. Once she heard the stories from other clients in our program and saw their fitness clients were grateful for their transformations they received with online fitness consulting, she realized they weren't taking advantage of their clients, but instead giving them even better support with re-signs and referrals with clients just like them. If you're in a similar situation right now, be very careful with what you normalize and accept as the standard. Always ask yourself if the person giving you advice is the person you want to become. And if everyone around you is charging low fees or saying that online training is too saturated, or that the only way to make good money as a trainer is to be fully booked in a high-end gym, then that's what you think too. By getting around other high-performing, high-earning coaches who are signing up premium clients on a daily basis and having fun doing so, Mickayla realized how much she had been undercharging and was excited to go out there and find clients who were happy to pay those higher fees, who actually valued her expertise. So after all that, what actually happened? I'll tell you in just a second, but real quick, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more case studies like this, then subscribe to the channel. Back to Mickayla. Obviously, as I said earlier in the video, she generated $41,000 in just 60 days. We made some small tweaks to her online positioning, made sure she was posting content that only spoke to her target client, and really studied her avatar's psychographics, meaning that every piece of content she posted spoke directly to her psychographics pain points and desires. This meant she got way more people reaching out to her without having to spend any more time online. And when you have more qualified people reaching out to you, you make more sales. Secondly, she phased out her one-on-one personal training clients so she could go fully online. Like I said earlier, one of Mickayla's big goals was to be able to spend more time with their family and not be so stressed and preoccupied with their client workload. It's great to work hard to earn more money, but if you're putting in crazy hours, sacrificing your health, and neglecting your family, that's not the goal. Our clients don't mind working hard and doing a few extra hours every week so they can scale back and have more freedom later, but they want to know they're doing the right actions, the kind of actions that position them as a premium price coach and that attract great clients, not just posting endless content to build a following for the sake of building a following, and still speaking to poor quality leads on a daily basis. Just a couple of these new higher paying clients was all Mickayla needed to drop her in-person work and her Zoom workouts to go all in with lower stress online clients who were happy to pay more for her support, expertise, and guidance. Plus, because she'd seen how simple and repeatable the process was, Mickayla knew that if she needed clients again in the future, she had a simple system to attract more great clients, so she could confidently step away from the gym. Finally, Mickayla and her family moved from Minnesota to her dream home in Florida. This was something she wanted to do, but wasn't sure would ever happen because she felt so tied to the gym to keep making money to support her family. Once she gained traction online with high quality clients, she recognized she didn't need to go to her gym to survive. And if anything, online was a safer, more predictable way to earn a living. I love Mickayla's story because it would have been very easy for her to stay with her successful in-person business and let her online dream slide from a financial standpoint. She was already doing well, and often that's the position where it's the hardest to make a change. But she realized she was meant for more, and she had the talent and drive to scale her income and freedom and took action to make that happen. This is the kind of outcome you can achieve too if you follow the same path. To recap, this path has 3 critical steps. Number 1, get clear in your positioning and your messaging. Figure out exactly what your ideal client wants, what their objections are, and what makes them buy. Then work hard to make sure every single piece of content you put out speaks to these. It's almost impossible to be too specific here because high-paying clients value specialist approach over a generalist one. Next, go deep into your sales conversations and your interactions with prospects. The worst thing you can do for your online business right now is to outsource everything and distance yourself from your target client. Don't get convinced into thinking you can outsource high-ticket sales before you've mastered them yourself. Finally, change your environment. There's that famous phrase about being the average traders are the 5 people you spend the most time with. I would agree 100%. It's changed my life for the better as well as my clients. If you hang around other traders who are perfectly happy with drifting through life, charging clients $50 to $100 a session, and don't have the belief they can achieve new levels of freedom, income, and career success, you'll take on their values, their work ethic, and their ambition. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're watching this video, I also know it's probably not what you want. So instead, get yourself around people, ideally a mix of trainers and business mentors who want more for you. Do that, and when you combine this with your messaging and enhanced sales skills, you can follow Mickayla's journey and do the same. All right, if you guys have any questions, post below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.